What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is the Thursday the 22nd of August, got confirmed us to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time is a new transfer upload. And finally, in the comment section below, what 3 teams do you think will be relegated this year from the Premier League? Right, let's get started with the episode, and first up we have Zappacosta. His move to Roma from Chelsea is set to be completed now, if not announced already, as a loan deal for the whole season. He arrived yesterday or Tuesday night, should I say, for his medical on Wednesday, and assuming it went all to plan, he'll be playing back in the Serie A next season. Then we have got Slimani. He's joined AS Monaco from Leicester City as a loan deal with the option to buy next season. He joined Leicester a few years ago from Sporting for about £30 million, and he was their club record fee for a while. It didn't work out for him and has spent, I think, 2 loan spells away from Leicester to Newcastle and Fenerbahce, and now potentially could be replacing Falcao. Well, that's if you believe L'Equipe, because they suggest that Falcao is now off to Galatasaray in Turkey, and that would leave Monaco in desperate need for a goal scorer. Slimani is likely to be that, or trying to be that, as for Monaco's situation though, they have denied the Slimani deal was anything to do with the Falcao situation. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out, but for most European clubs, their transfer window is still open until September 2nd, as they have got a fair few days to work things out. And next up we have got Chucky Lozano. He's arrived in Naples to complete the move to Napoli from PSV, and the reported fee is around €42 million. For me right now at 11 AM on Wednesday, it hasn't been announced just yet, but apparently by some point today it should all be signed. And for FIFA 20 starter squads, I imagine it'll be a very popular go-to option, assuming he'll be really overpowered again, and I can't imagine him being crazy expensive. Another player making the move to the Serie A this time is going to be Bayern Munich legend Franck Ribéry. He's set to join Fiorentina on a free transfer after his contract expired, and in regards to a contract, I think it's 2 or 3 years. If his head-to-head stats are anything to go by, he won't be very good next year, and his rating goes from like an 85 down to an 82. Eintracht Frankfurt is still confident of signing Bastos from Sporting for a fee of €9 million. This comes after a report suggesting that Bastos' agent, he made some very late demands. And because of those demands, apparently the deal was very close to collapsing, and his current club Sporting even put out a club statement. They pretty much said the deal was agreed between the two sides, but the last minute financial demands were preventing the transfer from being completed. But if billed to go by, it should still get done. Manchester United defender Marcus Rojo is close to agreeing a loan move to Fenerbahce. The 29-year-old could make the move to the Turkish Super League side in the coming days, according to Manchester Evening News. The Argentina international, who has been linked with Roma as well, has found himself further down the selection line after the arrival of Harry Maguire. His game time will be very limited this season, and a potential move to Fenerbahce could be very enticing, as well as Roma. Sport Bild are saying Bayer Leverkusen are targeting Liverpool defender Dejan Lovren. He would be available on a loan deal worth €3 million and a potential option to buy. He was very close to joining Roma a couple weeks ago, but it broke down, and before that I was linked to AC Milan on top of it. He is considered the 4th choice centre back currently at Anfield, behind Virgil van Dijk, Joel Matip and Joe Gomez. His game time, just like Rojo before, it will be limited, and he wants to get first team football. Italian fullback Abate could follow in the footsteps of Mario Balotelli and join Serie A newcomers Brescia, that's according to Calcio Mercato. I think he's now a free agent after leaving AC Milan, so it wouldn't cost him a fee, and potentially for their side next year, they're looking to add a bit of experience. A player that's very popular on FIFA Ultimate Team up next is going to be Kenny Lala. The Strasbourg right back has said he's hoping for a move to Paris Saint-Germain this summer. He was one of the standout players in Ligue 1 last season, scoring 5 goals and registering 9 assists. However, the right back does know he'll not be able to leave his current club until they receive a bid they feel is fair. And the rumoured fee at the very start of the transfer window was around €15 million. So if a team could get a player that's as good as him going forward from the right back position, I think it's a great bit of business potentially. Juventus are ready to include Germany international and former Liverpool midfielder Emre Can as part of a deal to help them sign Barca's Croatian midfielder Ivan Rakitic. That's according to Tuttosport. I mentioned a couple of days ago the interest from Paris Saint-Germain and also Bayern of Emre Can, and it does seem that they can't really sell Matuidi or Khedira. So quite possibly, if they were to sell a midfielder this season or this summer, it would be Emre Can. Mario Lemina is closing in on a move to Monaco from Southampton. That's according to RMC Sport. The 25-year-old has reportedly agreed personal terms with a Ligue 1 side who are discussing a loan deal with the obligation to buy next summer. He had previously been linked to the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal, but neither side opted to make a move for the midfielder. He did tell the club and the manager he wanted to leave at the very start of the transfer window, and he even went as far as tweeting out a compilation of himself, which was very odd. Besiktas have agreed a season-long loan deal with Tottenham for 24-year-old Frenchman Georges-Kevin Nkoudou. That's according to TRT Sport. However, L'Equipe in France are saying it will be a permanent deal, not a loan basis, and a €5 million fee. Various outlets are saying Borussia Dortmund's England international Jadon Sancho, he's agreed a new contract with the Bundesliga club. He's said to receive £190,000 per week, that's including bonuses. The 19-year-old is attracting interest from the likes of Manchester City and Manchester United, and alongside those, many other top European super clubs. It's understandable why as well, because last season he scored 13 goals and registered a lot of assists. He's carried on his form this year already, scoring a couple of goals and also getting more assists. Lille are looking to add Bayern Munich midfielder Renato Sanchez to their squad before the end of the transfer window. That's according to L'Equipe. And after making just a 5-minute cameo against Hertha Berlin last Friday, the Portuguese midfielder was not very happy at all. He said the following: "The situation is not good for me. This is the second time I've wanted to leave the club and they've not let me go." He is still young and has bags of potential, but he's at the point of his career now where he needs to be playing week in, week out. If he can't be doing that at Bayern, I think they need to let him go. Corriere dello Sport are saying that Mauro Icardi does not want to leave Inter for Serie A rivals Napoli. That's despite the two clubs having agreed on a transfer for the striker. He's been linked to move away from Inter for a fair few months now. I want to say like 6 months or so. And despite that, he still bought a new house in Milan this week. And he wishes to remain at the San Siro rather than switch to Naples. But the transfer that could tempt him, he ideally wants to go to Juventus. Cadena SER had provided an update about Neymar's situation and a potential move to Barcelona again. So the details do say, PSG want the loan fee for Neymar to be €50 million and the obligation to buy next summer for 180. Barca's loan offer though, it was less than €10 million and the buy obligation was 170 to 180 mil. So despite the loan fee being €40 million off, the actual obligation to buy is very close, so quite possibly the talks are now getting closer and it's looking more and more likely every day. Christian Eriksen is only interested in leaving Tottenham for Real Madrid, Barca or Juventus. That's according to ESPN. The Danish playmaker has entered the final year of his contract at Spurs and he must now decide on whether to commit to fresh terms or make a move elsewhere. He could talk to clubs for a free transfer from January onwards, and this time next year may make a free deal. Tuttosport are saying Juventus are interested in making a move for Barca's 32-year-old Uruguayan striker Luis Suarez. That's only if the Spanish champions re-sign Neymar. If Barca do get Neymar, they would have the likes of Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Dembele, Griezmann, I'm probably forgetting one here. They've got bags and bags of options up top. So quite possibly one player may be sacrificed and sold. Suarez could be that man. Juventus superstar Cristiano Ronaldo remains unsure when he'll retire, saying it could be as soon as next year or he could play into his 40s. The Portuguese icon helped the club to the Serie A title last season and he has his focus on the enjoyment of his time rather than when it will come to an end. And the quote does say very briefly, "I don't think about that. Maybe I can leave my career next year, maybe I can also play up to 40 or 41. And given how he's like 33 or 34 right now and still playing at an incredibly high level, it generally wouldn't surprise if he does play until 40. And now a very short and brief one from Sport Build is that Bayern will reattempt to sign Leroy Sané from Man City in January. The deal this summer broke down because of the injury he picked up against Liverpool in the Community Shield, and instead they opted to get Perisic and Coutinho. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time is a new transfer upload. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.